To create a Lex bot, we need to log into the Amazon console and navigate to services, select Lex in artificial intelligence section and hit the get started. We can build the bot from the entire scratch, but we can also try those examples. We'll build it from the scratch. We'll call it, for example, shopping bot, to make a bot to shop some goods. We select the output voice and select the session timeout, for example, couple minutes. We also have the role for this Amazon bot, which needed to have some access to resources, and we do not select this checkbox yes regarding some limitation about age. Hit the create button and we are good to go. So this is the shopping bot, which has some intents and slots. Slots have some values for those intents. So first we are going to create the bot to shop some goods on different departments. For example, we can have milk department, and I would create the intent for this particular department, and we create new intent and we call it milk department and hit add, and then we have this milk department intent. In this intent we can specify utterances, and we can specify different values for within those utterances. And for example, we can have slots specifically for this department. I would add milk products and start adding these different products. For example, milk, cream. That's okay for now, and hit this save slot type. It is saved. First we need to save intent, and then we need to, in slot types we have this milk products slot, and it is not within the bot yet because it is not used anywhere. So we navigate to milk department and we start changing this intent. So what can we do first? We can add some slot. For example, when we need to buy the milk, we can create the utterance like I need milk, right? And if we hit I need milk, we request our bot with such utterances, and it would be only milk available for the buying, but we need to buy maybe milk, maybe cream. So for this case we need to specify the slot type as a milk products, and we call this slot milk product, and we can ask for this product what product. We hit plus, so we have the slot with the name milk product, which has the type milk products. We can have multiple different predefined types and new types which we created particularly for our case. So then we can replace this particular product with the general product using these curly brackets. Milk product, and this is exactly the same name as the name of the slot. So then if we save the intent, and then we can build the bot. So this is our test bot, and I can type I need one of those products from this list of the milk products, milk, and I hit OK, and then we get And this is default response ready for fulfillment. This means that our request already fine. We have all the slots populated, and as we can see here, the selected milk product is milk. We can select also request also. I need cream. Hit OK, and then we get the same. So we populated the milk product with the particular product cream, and we can start working with this data. How did we get here? In our intent, we have a few sections. In addition to utterances and the slots, we have the section, for instance, fulfillment. And in this section, we can specify the response on the ending of this work with this intent. By default, this is return parameters to the client. And in the slots, we have also this checkbox. So to start adding the existing intent, we need to change the version to latest, select the latest version, and then it becomes editable. So then we see if it is a required parameter, it would be always needed to get to this fulfillment stage. And if we would have more parameters, for instance, if we add another parameter like amount, and it would be number, and we can put how much kind of milk we need. So we would have two slots. One is product, one is the amount, and then we can specify that the amount is also required, but we can leave optional. And for example, in this case, when we have it optional, we still can go to the fulfillment with the populated only this slot, but skipping the amount. If we tick this checkbox required, then we would have to populate both slots, and I'll show how to do this. For example, if we want to specify both slots, we need to have, in addition to this utterance, another one. We can see that this amount would be requested without the utterance. So we save the intent, build the bot, and then we try to repeat what we did before. I need milk, but I didn't specify the amount, and when I hit the milk, the bot also tries to get information about all required slot. Then it would ask this this question which we put here, how much, and we would put 2, for example. So we would get the 2 parameters requested for the ordering amount 2 and milk as a product. If we want to specify it other way, for example, to make it easier and more natural, and we would specify here terms like I need amount of some product, milk product. So we have how much of what, and then we get this slots and product within the utterance. So then when we hit the save button and we build the product, and when we build the bot, we can type I need 2 of milk. 2, normally it would be like 2 cartons of milk, but we'll come to this later. So we get the test bot, and we can specify I need 2 of milk. So we would get immediately amount of the product itself. But if we start with this utterance, and it would be like I need milk, well, we need required slot, so we have to specify how much milk we need, and we specify the number. And then we get this one. Second thing, we can specify for this product, and I would specify the units particular for those milk department. For example, it would be milk department units. Would be carton. That would be cartons if it would be multiple items. It would be pack, for instance, and plural packs, and it would be bottle, and it would be bottles, right? And then we can save it. In the mail department we can put the unit. Then we select the latest version of this intent, and we specify one more slot. This is mail department unit, and we can call it milk department unit. And what unit we can ask about this. And here we can change now the utterance, like I need amount and this unit of product, right? And then we can specify also such utterance like amount and the unit. So in such case we can keep the units as the optional, but this is would be not natural, so we set it as required, save intent, test it. I need milk, and the bot asks how much, so we told him 2, but he doesn't know what it is actually, bottle or cartoon or whatever, so we specify cartoons. And then we get the parameters like unit cartoons, amount of 2, and product as a milk. And we can do the same for I need 2 cartons of milk. And here the bot actually recognizes that it has the unit in it, it has the amount, and it has the milk as a product. So we can change those utterances, like we can extend it, we can tell that we don't need but we would like. I would like to buy some, and it would be milk product, for example, right? I'd like to buy amount, and this would be milk department unit of milk product. If we fix this, we would get this utterance, and then we can save, build the bot. I'd like to buy some milk. How much? 3, and what unit? Cartoon. It works. We can add another department. And why I did these particular names here? Because we have those slots common through all slots for all bots intents, and intents the same. That's why I keep it like this. But we can repeat values inside of slots. For instance, we can put packs on other department as well. So if we put, for instance, another intent, it would be a bakery department, and it would be save it, and then when we want particular product we can add slot, like product in the slot bakery products, and it would be bread, it would be muffin, it would be muffins, the plural. And when we save it, we can also add some units. That would be bakery and department units, and one would be loaf. Sorry, this would be loaf for bread, and it would be PS, for instance, PS, and we can keep it. And then we can start using this with bakery product. That would be bakery product, and we can ask what product we want to buy, and we can put the amount, of course, with as a number, and we can keep the same name amount as on the meal department amount, because it would be the same type, so it doesn't matter actually. So we can ask how much, but for prompts we can use how much, how many, and more specific names. So we can specify also particular amount for bakery, for example. We specify it as a required because we need to know what product and how much of this we need, and the unit as well. So normally you would ask, I need one bread, two breads, but you most likely would ask for one loaf of bread. So then we would need this bakery department unit. It would be what unit? Quite unusual question, but this is the easiest way so far. So I need some bakery product. Then the system would ask, for example, if it is not specified as the unit, we can assume this is just one loaf, for example, so we can keep it as optional. But we also can ask for I need amount unit of bakery product, and we also can ask how many to add it here, and then we can save the intent, and then we can build. And as long as we start using some types in the slot, we see those types shown up in this slot types list for this particular intent. Another intent would have those custom types which use it within its slots. The general idea is that we have several intents. We can add more intents with different slots, and we can specify what we need to do. And the next step would be to add Lambda function here. To specify the Lambda function, we need to build this function. So if we open new tab with the services, and we navigate to service and search for the Lambda in the compute section, we can create new Lambda function. Lambda function is actually the fragment of the code or component on different languages uploaded to the AWS resources, and it can be then called by different services. If we don't have any Lambda functions yet, we need to hit the get started now button, and then we can select from multiple templates one, or we can start from the scratch from the blank function. There are some predefined Lex examples for appointment and book trip, etc. But we would start with the blank function and hit next, and then we would call it shopping function, for example, whatever. And if we keep runtime as a node, we can select from many different. And here we need to specify the handler which would respond to our calls from the function. So if we return, for instance, here this special structure which would look like this, so it has the dialog action with type clause and fulfillment, fulfill it, so we can finish our order, and it has the message as the plain text with some text in it, and we don't need this. And then we can use this Alex function to respond to our request from the bot. So we can use some environment variables. We don't need it now. Handler name is index handler, as we have here. This is handler. And role, we can use the existing role if we have it already, or we can create the new role. For instance, role, we can request some role, like if it doesn't create new role, for instance, and it would be role name Lambda of basic execution, and we hit allow button if it doesn't exist yet. In our case, it already exists, and if we select existing role and we select this Lambda basic execution, this role allows particular permits needed for this function. So we hit next and we just create the function. In this form we see the function itself and some configuration. If we hit the test button, it would try to give us some test data, and then it would be save and test button which would run our function. We would see a response here. But if we want to change request to get the particular slots here and particular intent, we need to pass it our event parameter. So we can change this input parameter for testing in this menu item. And we put this structure, and in this structure we have the bot, and with the name shopping bot with the current intent sent to the Lambda particular request. Intent name is bakery department, and we have two slots here. And if we check in this intent, we would see shopping bot as the name of the bot, and we have the name of the intent bakery department, and we have three slots, and all three are required. We need to add one more slot like this, save or test. So those parameters in this JSON would be sent as a request within this event parameter, and then we produce with the callback this output. So we get event, current intent, slots, and bakery product, as we have the bakery product as a slot and amount. We also have the unit, and it would be slot unit. And here we can specify, for example, that you requested not some product but particular product. Change this on the correct slot name, and then we hit save and test, and then we see 2 loaf of bread. Now we can use this function within our bakery department intent, select the latest version to edit it, and in the fulfillment section we select, instead of just return the parameter, AWS Lambda function, the function name which we just created. So it is the warning regarding save intent, build, and we can test. I need 1 loaf of bread, and when I hit OK, the request with the parameters, if they are recognized, should be sent to the Lambda function, and we receive it request, response would be shown here. Hit enter, and you requested 1 loaf of bread. And the nice thing is that we can change this function, and we don't need to change the bot. For example, we're changing this Lambda function like this, just save it, and we test it now. I need 1 loaf of bread. Hit enter, and we get this new message because it is processed by the updated Lambda function. So this is the simple example how we can use the Lambda function here. Mill department not yet uses this AWS Lambda function, and it would have the different slot names, so we would have to extend our logic to support those names. And this is what I am going to show in the next session.